Hello, everybody. No, you're not seeing double. And yes, this is Ken Faulkner, and I got another knife video for you guys. I got my two knives here and a story as usual, and I'm calling them the CruCarta Twins. Now they're not identical twins. Actually, one of them was delivered a couple months earlier, and one more recently. You may remember that I did a video on this guy, and I admitted to the fact that I ordered it expecting to get a different knife than I ended up getting. My fault, wasn't paying attention. So the story is that I wanted to get one of the larger Spyderco knives, the longer ones, and so the Military 2 was a great one to pick, and I wanted to get the CruWear blade steel because I didn't have any CruWear, and so I was shopping around from one knife store to the other to the other to the other, trying to find the best price. And so they had the CruCarta version, and I hadn't gotten any with the micarta. There's always been like the FRN or the G10, and so I wanted to check that out. So all these things are kind of coming into place, and I'm looking around, and they're all like $220 ish. And I find one. I can't remember where now. Maybe in the old video I mentioned where it was, but I found one. And I go, man, this one's only like $180, and I'm going, these other ones are $40 more. What's going on? Order, boom, click, put the credit card number in, go. Don't even think about it. Well, I can't remember when I actually realized it. It may have been actually after I got the knife delivered. I don't quite recall. Anyway, so I got the knife, and yeah, it's a PM2. Now, PM2 is a great knife. It's a full size knife. It's not short by any means. I think we're looking at like a 3.25 to 3.5 inch blade. So yeah, that's a full size knife. And the cutting edge is like 3.25. So yeah, full size. For me, when you get down into the 3 to 3.25, that's more like an EDC size, especially 3 inch. And I'm fine with carrying an EDC size, but I really like the full size. It's like my go-to. But the only thing about that is that I already had a PM2, and it had S45 VN, great steel. I'm not super picky on my steels. I just like to collect different ones. That's more my thing. If it's a softer steel, I don't mind sharpening it. If it has a great edge retention, no problem. I really like that. And you can see I even dressed this one up. I got the titanium scales and everything, so I did a little work on that. On this one here, I got it, and I don't normally have two of the same model in my collection. I've talked about that before. So normally I would not have done that. But yeah, it was kind of I don't know, I guess it's a fortunate accident, because once I got this one, and I just felt the action and the way the micarta feels, because I do like a good textury micarta that's going to show the oils on your skin. It's got that great look. This has like a little softer. It feels. I mean, obviously this one has the with the titanium scales, you definitely get like a contour, so there's no issue there. But with the G10 ones, usually there's like a little bit sharper, at least in my feeling, a little sharper on the edges. So this one kind of feels a little softer, and it still has that good grip. Maybe not quite as harsh of a grip. And yeah, so I really like this one, and it was CruWear, and this is my first CruWear knife in my collection. And so this was back in April, and so anyway, I did the video. I explained, yeah, I meant to get the Military 2, but I got the paramilitary 2. But I'm super happy, and I don't think I'm gonna get rid of it. I don't think I'm gonna send it back or anything. And I'd already spent the money. I mean, that was, I didn't really have a bunch of stuff. I was still saving for Blade Show at that time. Well, I'm getting ready to at least. But anyway, so I didn't want to go and jump out and get that the military 2 right away. Now what happens is we go through the whole Faulkner 5, saving money, not buying before Blade Show, and then I buy a bunch of knives at Blade Show, tons of knives. And I get home, and it's like second week of June, and I'm fine, and everything's good. And then I'm going through some text messages. I don't know if you guys sign up for all those text messages, so I'm constantly getting, as if I need more encouragement to buy knives, I'm getting messages from all the different companies. And it was, I believe it was Smoky Mountain Knife Works sent out a little text message saying, "Hey, Spyderco on sale. Spyderco, I love Spyderco." I think I'm up to about 20 Spydercos now in my collection. I'll be doing a collection video on them probably pretty soon. Just got to slow down on buying, and then I can have a little time to do some of the collection videos and other things. Anyway, so they had this one, and it was 20% off. So it ended up being close to that 180 that I spent on this one is what I ended up buying this one for. Maybe a little bit more, but anyway, I think it's 20%. Maybe it was even more than that. Anyway, now I got the big boy. You got the military 2, the paramilitary 2, and then they got the PM or the para 3. I was explaining that to a non-knife person the other day, saying, or just this morning actually, that the size. So you got the military, then it goes a little bit smaller to the paramilitary, and then it goes to the para, and then it's a 3. I don't know why, but anyhow, so I got the big one. So what's the blade length on this guy? It's got to be 4 inches. Yep, a little over 4 inches for the overall blade, and the edge is 3 3/4. So that's a big boy. That's a good size. I like 4-inch knives. I'm good with that. I have no problem with it. I mean, I don't mind it taking up pocket room or anything like that. I mean, what else you want to put in your pocket? I mean, other than knives, come on. Anything else just has to find room around the knife. The knife it's kind of like around here because the girlfriend loves cat, and I love our cat too. But the cat is number 1. She's number 2, and then I'm number 3 here. But when it comes to knives, number 1 in the pocket, the knife. Most important thing. And so anyway, so I got this one, and I got it pretty close after Blade Show, but I couldn't pass up the price. So I've had it for a while. I've been trying to. I finally got through showing all the knives from Blade Show, and now I'm ready to display the CruCarta Twins. Now they're not quite twins, like I said. They're not identical, right? What is it, paternal twins or whatever it is? Because obviously the size is a little bit different. And when I got this one here, I kind of wanted to make it a little bit special, because it was my first CruWear knife. So I ended up getting a lynch clip with a deep carry, and they got that color that's kind of like that bronzed out, and it looks so good. But now here I am, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, do we want to push the twins thing? Do I want to maybe get a different clip to kind of let them have their own personality? I mean, obviously there is a size difference, but maybe they want to have like something to kind of show their own. So I'm thinking about it. I don't know. I'm fine with it. You can see I got the same old clip on my. I know a lot of people don't like these clips. I do like the clip, so I still have that clip on this one, even after I changed out the scales. But I love these scales. They're so good, and these are really nice as well. So yeah, I got that big guy now. You can see when it's in your hand, especially if you're choked up. Look at how much handle you got out there in the back. I mean, and my hands aren't small; they're kind of medium-ish, large. They're large. I mean, large, but not extra large. So there's plenty of room, and then you can even choke back here, and you still got room. And I was even like playing around with it earlier today. You can even get back here and kind of get your middle finger there on the back and get a little chopping action with this thing. It's a big blade. Of course, it's CruWear. I don't know what his CruWear. I know it's got great edge retention, but that tends to make it maybe not quite so tough. So maybe you don't want to do chopping hard stuff, but if you're just kind of like, maybe you're like working on some weeds or something, you're going to do some yard work with it or something, you know, you get a little bit of better wrist action with it. Way back here, even you can have it. You know, it's like it gives you a lot of options. I know some people like a handle that fits perfectly in their hand, and they don't want extra hanging out. But I like having all these different options and being able to move around on the handle, and I feel comfortable in every position. This is great, locks in. You know, I always love that thumb and index finger lock in on here. Cut really well with that. Back here, you got the hand swell right in the middle, that hand swell. And then if you come back here, like I say, you kind of get in that area where you can do a little, reminds me of that, the Cold Steel, the big, some of their big, huge folders with the long handles. You know, obviously monster ones. Don't have any of those yet. May get one. But anyway, I do like this quite a bit. And I hadn't had one of the longer. The closest I had before this was the Endura 4. And that's this guy here. And I think that is a little bit, yeah, it's a little bit longer than the PM2. But when you put it up against the Military 2, yeah, it's kind of dwarfed. I think this is probably like, the full length is like 3 3/4. And then the blade length is like 3 1/2. So it's kind of in between. This one's kind of in between the two. So now I'm kind of getting to experience and enjoy the longer one. And I'm really looking forward to carrying it more, because I've been carrying a lot of stuff from the show. And get some hands on there. It's a little bit light to me. That brown micarta, I think it's a little bit light, but I'm not worried about it because I know it's going to darken up over time, and I think it's going to look really, really good. So I'm excited, and then I'll be thinking about that clip. I haven't changed that a lot. I got a Shaman with a lynch clip, and this one here, the Shaman's 15V, so it's kind of like the special steel thing. So I might have to get a clip, and then I have to decide because I really like this one. I like the shorter clip. I think it's nice. But this is a longer handle, so maybe a longer one is better. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. We'll see. You know, I'll probably share it if I do something like that. You know how I am. I just want to share everything about my my knife collecting, because I love it. I enjoy it. In case you didn't notice. So there they are, the CruCarta Twins in all their glory, ready to be carried and just experienced. And you know, I'll be breaking out my my Spyderco collection. I know other people do that. Pretty proud of mine. I've done one not too long ago, but you know, I've been picking up a couple more since then. Who knows? Maybe I'll have a couple more before I do the collection. We'll see. All right, guys. Still got more coming. Thank you for watching. Enough talking. I got it mixed up again. And I will see you on the next time.